Welcome to today's presentation. We have been looking at the different types of general materials. So with general materials, we are saying that it is important for you to be able to identify the primary concern of whatever book you may pick in the Bible and decide to read or study. Okay, so with general materials, the concern is what is the primary concern of the author in this book? What is the author's primary concern? Whether it is Genesis, remember, for example, Genesis, we said it's biographical. So we have biographical general materials, which you've looked at, and we say that with biographical general materials, the primary concern is persons. We've also looked at geographical general materials, and we said with geographical general materials, the primary concern is places. So today we'll be looking at what is known as historical general materials. So some books have as the primary concern of their content the presentation of events, in which case we label the general materials as historical. We are not saying that the book is in the form of history. No, we are not talking about history or something that happened or a story. No, that's not what we are talking about. We are simply suggesting that the book is primarily concerned with events. Okay, an event is something that a happening, something that will happen or something that is happening. Okay, so the book of John is a good example of historical general materials insofar as the book is primarily concerned with the events surrounding the day of the Lord. One of the most well-known events in John is the description the author gives concerning the Spirit's outpouring in chapter 2, verses 28 to 32. Remember that well-known text which says, in the last days I shall pour out my Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Okay, so the author of John was able to give a description of this event, which according to the author of the book of Acts gets fulfilled on the day of Pentecost in Acts chapter 2, verses 16 through 21. Remember when people had come to celebrate Pentecost in Jerusalem, and they thought that the disciples of Jesus were just babbling and they were drunk and so on. But Peter stood up to say, no, this is that which was prophesied or spoken of by the prophet Joel. Okay. Now, what we are saying is with Joel is he was able to give a description of this event. Also, Joel gives a futuristic description of an event when the sun shall be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes in chapter 2, verse 31. An event Jesus attributes to his second advent or his second coming in Mark chapter 13, verse 24 and verse 26. Okay, again, we are saying that there will be an event that is going to take place according to the scriptures. This event will take place just before the Lord returns for his second coming. And that event is that the sun shall be turned to darkness and the moon to blood. What we are saying is that Joel was able to give, or is able to give, a description of this event. So remember, historical general materials, the primary concern is events or the description of events. So in conclusion, As I conclude, I would love just to give you all the verses that are found in the book of Joel that have to do with this theme, or the phrase, the day of the Lord. Okay. So we have the first one, which is in chapter 1, verse 15, which says, Alas, for the day of the Lord is near, and as destruction from the Almighty it comes. Chapter 2, verse 1, Blow the trumpet in Zion, sound the alarm on my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is coming, it is near. Chapter 2, verse 11, The Lord utters his voice at the head of his army. How vast is his host! Numberless are those who obey his command. Truly the day of the Lord is great, terrible indeed, who can endure it? Chapter 2, verse 31, The sun shall be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes. I've already made the quotation of this. And lastly, chapter 3, verse 14 says, Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So we see that Joel is giving description of events surrounding the day of the Lord. So thanks and stay blessed. I just want to say, maybe before I conclude completely on this, why I say stay blessed instead of saying God bless you. I once taught somebody saying God bless you, and they responded by saying I am blessed. So there are those who take the position to say I'm already blessed. Okay, so that's why I use the phrase stay blessed instead of saying God bless you, like they are not blessed. Okay, I just say stay blessed since you are already blessed as a child of God. Thank you.